All right, stopped on first vial and Revelation chapter 17. 16. Revelation chapter 16, where it says, and the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome, grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. You see, if you have the mark of the beast, like the computer chip or the tattoo with the computer chip on you, you will receive a noisome, grievous sore upon your body. It's like in the days of Moses back then with Pharaoh in Egypt time. They received borers upon their bodies. And if you worship the image of the beast too, because that beast, that false prophet, will set up an image, they'll tell the people that they should make an image of the beast. And whosoever shall not bow down and worship the image of the beast should be killed. You see, that's why a lot of people will worship that image. What you see in Revelation chapter 13, talked about it many times before. But you can turn to Revelation chapter 14. It will tell you what will happen to you. Revelation chapter 14, like from verse 9 all the way to 11. And verse 9 says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. See? And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. See, it tells you right there. See, if you worship the beast and his image, that's why in Revelation chapter 13 it said, whosoever shall not worship the image of the beast should be killed. See, you serve and you worshiping another God. You see. See, that false prophet gonna want people to worship the image of the beast. And the one that worship that image of the beast, they're gonna receive a nauseous, grievous sore upon their body. And the Bible said, tell you that their smoke will send it up forever and ever. You know, they're going to be lost. You know, and nothing you can do about it. That's why the Bible tells you, it warns you to not to receive the mark of the beast or worship the image of the beast. Because they will set up an image just like Nebuchadnezzar did. He made everybody to bow down and worship that image. That's why Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego didn't want to bow down and worship that image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. See, you're worshiping another God. You know, the Bible tells you that. But the same thing they're going to do at the end time. When that false prophet get here, it tells you that when that false prophet come in, Revelation chapter 13, verse 11 and verse 14, it tell you that they're going to tell you that they should make an image of the beast. See. And the people will make an image. And in verse 15 it says, whosoever shall not bow down and worship the image of the beast should be killed. See? And they're going to cause all to receive a mark in their right hand and their forehead. You see? That no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the number or the name of the beast. See, it's like three different things, two, three different things, different country use different things to buy and sell. In America, use different things to buy and sell. Use smartphone, smart cards, phones to buy and sell. Different things. And they use the computer chip, in their hand to buy and sell. They'll be using it in their forehead to buy and sell. And different things. In different countries use different things too. It's not just one thing, but the Bible clearly tells us, whosoever worship the image of the beast and receive his mark, he'll be cast into the lake of fire. All right. In the second, like I said in Revelation 16, it's tell you about the second vial. And the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as the blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea. It said every living soul died in the sea. It's like a third part of the sea. Every living soul died in the sea. Because it turned to Revelation chapter 8 and verse the second trumpet, and the second angel sounded, as it were a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea, and the third part of the sea became blood. See, the third part. And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died, and the third part of the ships third part of the ship were destroyed. See, it's the third part in the sea. Everything died in the sea, the third part of the sea. See, all happened in the same period of time. The seal, the trumpet, and the vial. If you just pay attention, see. Because you go back, like I said, when the second seal, second vial sounded, second vial and second angel, let me see, and the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea. You see? So this is what happens. Pour out vial upon the sea, and you go to the second, and it became as the blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea. See, they tell you right here, and it say, let me see, 8 and the second trumpet. And the second angel sounded, and as it were a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea. It's probably like maybe a nuclear weapon or something. You never know. Could have been like a missile went into the sea. Was thrown into the sea and destroyed the ships and everything. All the creatures in the sea, everything, they're destroyed. And that's why they're gonna be peace taken from the earth at that point. Because maybe they're gonna have many ship from like different countries into the sea. And everything will die in that sea. The nation gonna be angry and stuff, and peace gonna be taken from the earth. That's why nation rising against nation now. But it's going to be shown up, all going to be rising against each other. They're going to take peace from the earth. People are going to be fighting one another, the nations. Now you go to let me finish reading that. It said, the mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea, and the third part of the sea became blood. And And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died. And the third part of the ships were destroyed. See? Third part of the sea. Everything died in the sea, a third part. Anything that had life, in the third part. But in the vial, it said everything that were in the sea died. All right. Now you go to the sea, to the seal, and it tell you this all happened in the same period of time. The seal, the trumpet, and the vial. All right. And verse 3 says in Revelation 6:3, it says, and when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. You see, peace could be taken from the earth during that time. Like I said, when they got cast that, they got be having wars. You know, it's when somebody will maybe shoot a missile or something like into the sea, and the third part of everything in that sea will be destroyed. You know, all living creatures in the sea are going to die. You see, at that period of time. See, the seal, the trumpet, and the vial is all happen in the same period of time. And they all will end in the same period of time. The seventh seal, the seventh trumpet, and the seventh vial. It's all in the same period of time. That's what a lot of people do not see or understand. But that's what I'm trying to show y'all, you know. But like I was saying, peace gonna be taken from the earth, you know. The nation gonna be fighting one another, you know, because it's what the Bible said here. You know, like on this second, when he opened up the second seal, and I heard the second beast say, come and see. And there went out another horse that was red. Bloodshed. That's the Lord Jesus Christ on that horse. And power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. See, it's God's doing. Because of man's sin, God do that in the spirit, and people do not understand it. Make nations fight one another and stuff like that. That's God's doing because of man's sin. God is in charge in the last days. You know, He can send an evil angel, you know, to destroy and stuff like that. You know, but everything is God's doing. That's what a lot of people do not understand. If you read the Bible, you go back in the Old Testament, when they have wars and stuff like that, and people don't live right and stuff, to obey him, just like it's his people. God make war. You know, send the enemy at them to make war and kill one another, kill them, because they don't want to obey him. That's the reason why. And people be all complaining about all kind of stuff like that, and they don't even be knowing what they're talking about. You know, but it's a sin. It's like we accept homosexuality, adultery, fornication, all that lying, steal, backbiting, everything. You know, and God is against all that. Same-sex marriage and all that. You know, all that's wrong. Abortion, all that's wrong. But people don't want to hear that no more. So God make war and destroy people. War bring famine, pestilence, earthquake, you know, different things. You know. See, different ways God destroy you. Tornadoes, hurricane, all different things. God destroy you because you're not living right. I remember when I was a kid, it's like we used to have tornadoes and stuff like that. We want to hear it destroying cities and all that, a lot of people, houses and all that. I used to hear like it hit a barn or something, be in a rural area with nothing. Tornado used to hit down. I used to watch them come out the clouds and stuff. But now I always hitting people, and stuff in the cities and stuff like that, destroying whole cities and all that stuff. Because people done fell away from God, so God destroyed. A lot of people do not understand that. I remember like I used to have lightning and stuff like that. My daddy used to tell us, we used to be working in a cotton patch or something like that. So you have to get out. Once the first lightning strike, you have to get out. The second one usually be most right up on you. The third one can be up on you. But if you're in a corn patch or something like that, lightning didn't fall in a corn patch usually. I ain't never seen none fall in a corn patch. It's because it was food, something to eat, But like I say, if you get under a tree, or something like that, but not no fruit tree, lightning can hit you. It'll strike you. A lot of times you'll be under a fruit tree or something like that. It wouldn't do you that. Just like you be in a cotton patch, lightning will strike you, after like second or third lightning. You can look out for lightning to strike right upon you. You have to get out like when the first lightning strike. When the first thunder, the lightning hit close. Because the second one will be most upon you. The third one can be upon you, But a lot of people do not understand that, I learned that, from my daddy from way back. Like if you were in a corn patch or something, around food or something like that, usually the lightning won't strike upon you. But if you're like in a cotton field or something, like the lightning would hit you, would strike you if you have like the third lightning strike, if the rain would be coming. That's what I try to tell people. But a lot of people don't know that. They get under a tree when it be lightning. It's not a fruit tree or anything like that. And the lightning usually will strike upon them. It can hit them at any time. Not all the time, but I mean, if you're not under a fruit tree or anything, or in a corn patch or something like that, usually the lightning can strike upon you. That's all what I'm saying. A lot of times God would have mercy because it was food for people to eat, and stuff like that. But people done fell away from God now. That's why I'm saying they done fell away from God. That's why God used to make those nations fight one another. You're going to take peace from the earth, like when the second seal opened up. The bang of the vial, they could have like the trumpet, something gonna fall into the sea. It might be a missile or something like that, gonna destroy everything that in the third part of the sea. But because of man's sin, and that's when peace gonna be taken from the earth, stuff like that. That's God's doing. He don't want to make war and stuff like that. Those a lot of people do not understand. But I just want y'all to know that, because right now we're in the first and the second beast. We're like in the first seal, that's first trumpet, and getting in the first vial. That's why the mark of the beast is coming out now. But that's all I want y'all to know. So thank you, and may God bless y'all.